We are back and we're starting off strong with not that, but that. This is a part that I've never installed before and I'm really excited to work on it today. Christina, on the other hand.
This is a part that I've installed multiple times, but yet continues to put me in the lead.
That's a stretch. Nonetheless, let's dive right in and get to unboxing.
Basically, technically free. I'll add in $5 for the budget, but I'm gonna be dechroming my chrome car, for lack of a better term.
So for those who don't know, Christina and I are doing a couples challenge competition series to see who can build the cooler family SUV / soccer mom car with a budget of $6,000. So she chose a Mercedes GLA. I went with the Porsche Cayenne, which is obviously the better choice. Christina is wrapping hers in a bathroom mirror chrome.
So just finished the other side, and I'm not gonna bore you guys doing the same thing on the passenger side. So here's a quick before, get a good look at it because it is gonna be a minimal difference, but it's all the difference I need to win this challenge series. All right, now I'm gonna do this next.
Coming over to my side, we popped this thing, open like that. There was a box over here with some hardware, which is right here. No clue what I am looking at all. So I'm gonna do my best to show you guys the process. Thankfully, it's easier than it looks. However, I will say the most difficult part, or annoying, is adjusting the cross members to be in the right position so that they're aligned with the holes that you need to mount with. Then you're gonna go underneath like this, and this is essentially how it's gonna look. There you go. And if you do it correctly, you'll see the threading sticking out from the top. So you're gonna put the gasket over the threading like that. Then you're gonna grab this plastic trim piece here, like this, as you can see. And that's pretty much all you gotta do. And you also don't want it to be angled, because then you're gonna feel a constant drag or pull to the right or left, and you will think that you need an alignment even though you don't. So go ahead and tighten these down on all 4 corners and you're good to go.
And here is the after, you guys. I already have my windows tinted. I think I mentioned that in a previous video, but look how good that looks. Anyways, what is next, you may ask? So I am probably planning on doing something with the ride height. Of course, finishing up the wrap. I think I'm gonna do black side view mirrors. Other than that, I do wanna dechrome this, but here is what the car looks like so far.
We are back, it's the next day. What are we installing today? Or at least what are you installing?
Lowering springs. Yeah, we're going lower, guys. We are going lower.
Yeah, your car needs it, bro. You got some monster truck fitment.
I know, the wheel gap is absolutely insane because I did go with the lower profile setup. So the sidewall's a lot lower. So we gotta obviously lower the car to make up for it.
Me, on the other hand, well, I'm in a bit of a dilemma. Well, the plan was to do some brake calipers and get that Porsche decal along the bottom. And I wanted to do it in like highlighter yellow, like a super bright fluorescent greenish yellow. But 2 problems with that. I guess 1 main problem. I can't find any spray paint that's high temperature and in that color. I was like, all right, you know what, that's fine. We'll wrap it that color. Can't find wrap that color either. So that left me without a part for today. So I'm just gonna wrap today, honestly.
Wow, boring. Minus 10 points. Anyways. Budget breakdown. I know I'm counting my finances. Grant hasn't been.
You know, we're just gonna like hope and pray at the end of the whole series that I don't go over 6K.
You're setting yourself up for failure. My lowering springs were $371. I am going a little bit of the budget friendly route. That's why I went with lowering springs, because the coilovers were like $1,100 and above, and I've already spent quite a lot of money, and I still have long ways to go for this car. So lowering springs it is, even though it's going to take double the amount of time. Yeah.
Have fun with that one, man.
Thank you. We are back in Michigan. We actually took a pit stop in North Carolina for the Ford Performance season launch of 2025. Enough talking. We are installing lowering springs on the GLA today. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about that. I feel like it needs to be lowered instead of raised, just because I went with a lower profile tire. So I am going with the PORSCHE Pro Kit. Not sponsored or anything. I just read a bunch of forums and I think this one makes most sense for the GLA 250 x GLA 45 platform. This is my wannabe GLA 45, but we're getting there. It's actually a GLA 250 that is a giveaway car. All I've gotten done so far is raise the car here at Hoist House. Luckily, they have a bunch of lifts here for us at our disposal. Took off the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the 4, and then we're gonna have some fun with these struts. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I am planning on getting this done all today. Hopefully, it is a newer car. I shouldn't encounter much rust, but we will see as we go. So, yeah. Okay, so tires are off, car is lifted. I am planning on starting with the 2 front ones first because since the spring and the strut assembly are all together, I am actually going to be taking it apart and swapping in the lowering springs into the strut tower. So I do have to drop them off because they probably have a compression tool here, but I haven't had the best of luck using compression tools, at least in a long time. Okay, the first time I did them was a few years back and I had a really bad luck, and it actually hurt me really bad because the spring was compressed and then it like sprung out. It's not safe. So I'm gonna take it to a shop across the street, and they are gonna disassemble the strut and the spring and swap in the new one for me. But before we do that, we gotta take this thing off first. We're working on the passenger side just because I did the other side for Instagram and TikTok. Oh my gosh, we have 3% on this camera, but this is the little plastic mechanism I was talking to you guys about. It doesn't have to be this difficult, guys. I don't know why they decided to do this, but in this case, it's a plastic mechanism that you kind of have to pry out on both sides, and then it comes out on this side, comes out on this side, and then you can get to the second bottom bolt right over here. Got both struts out. This is what the lowering spring looks like, and I'll pass it over to Grant because we'll see what he is up to. Newsflash, I actually don't have to go to D&D Auto anymore because they actually have the machine to fully put the strut on it and swap out the springs. I've never used it before, I've never seen it before, so this is gonna be a first for both of us, at least maybe on the other side. They have the machine to, yeah, like the industry standard one. I didn't know that. Okay. So I'm gonna be at least seeing it. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but I'm gonna be doing this for the first time.
I'm coming, that's sweet.
This is pretty cool.
So I've been wrapping while Christina's working on her car. Just did this panel. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. We got the headlights out right here. But yeah, it's coming along slowly but surely. We just have the front bumper and the rear, like spoiler, deck lid, rear bumper, and the trunk to finish.
This is what I'm doing.
Wow.
So I just changed out one of the springs. Now me and Grant are gonna do this one together for YouTube. And now that I'm an expert at this machine, I'm gonna teach Grant. We have to keep going, guys, until we see the top hat have some leverage, so we know that like the spring's not gonna boing.
Let's have some play.
Have some play.
Have some play, have some wiggle.
Have some wiggle room, guys. Alright guys, now we decompress the old spring. Look at that sound. So, boing! You know that noise? Boing!
Let's see the size difference.
Look at the size difference.
That's a good amount.
That's a good amount. Okay, now that the lowering spring is on, we basically reverse the process and try to maneuver this and put this back in.
So what are you up to, man?
I just finished up, well not finished up, in the process of putting the new lowering springs on. They are in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous now because I just compared the two, and this one's a lot lower than the other one, shorter. So I'm gonna show you guys on the other side, but as of right now, we just got 2 bolts to put in, and then we're done after we put the wheels on, and then we drop it.
The rear seemed to be pretty easy for you.
Yeah, I thought because you had really bad luck on your Maserati.
Yeah, mine was a pain. So for you, you just had to remove what, these 2 bolts, and then lower the whole control arm
just like that.
and pop that out. For me, my control arm wouldn't lower enough to pop out the spring, so I actually had to take this bolt out and kind of like take the whole thing apart, and it was a pain. So
mainly because you also were on a lift, right?
Yeah, being on a 2-post definitely helps. I did mine on the floor, so.
You guys can definitely see the difference from the rear. This is the old one, this is the new one, and there is actually a lot of room, I guess wiggle room up on top, just because these are obviously a lot shorter. But once the car drops and everything compresses, we will be okay. Here is set stock spring. This is the lowering spring. So here is the difference between the two. That's a pretty big difference. That's why I'm just a little worried this might be too low. Okay, now it's time to put the wheels on and see how low can you go. You know that song, right? All right, guys, let's see how low. We literally have 1 minute. We have 1 minute. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, I can live with that.
That's way better. It's gonna set more too, so when you drive it, it's gonna lower itself a little.
Yeah, it's a lot better than it was for sure. Check that out though, guys. The Abachi Pro Kit.
Meanwhile, cousin pulled up to help me finish the bumper before 8 p.m. and this is how the car is looking. I'm really excited because this thing looks stunning. Thank you. Future Wraps, shout out.
Get you a shirt, get in the giveaway. Make sure you do.
Yeah, that's right. Enter the giveaway right now. All right, well, we're gonna try and finish wrapping the car today because we're just trying to figure out the accent colors here. I'm thinking instead of the highlighter fluorescent yellow, we'll go with like a bronze. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is God telling me like, don't do fluorescent yellow. But I saw this is actually where I got the inspiration from. I saw the green on the blue wrap and I was like, this is kind of a crispy like color accent right there. So that's where I got the idea from, but it doesn't look like that idea is going too well. I'm gonna figure that out, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna wrap today. Our parts are slowly getting scrambled, but what are you installing?
I am kind of working on the rear.
Cool, we don't care. I'm kidding.
I'm working on the rear today just because I've been focusing on the front a lot and the rear definitely needs some work. I call this car an Easter egg and you will see that for a specific reason. The rear is just very bubbly.
It is very, actually. It's probably the weak point of the GLA. I am working also on the rear of my car today. Well, I guess I'm doing a little bit of each, but I see you have wrap in your hand, so I take it you're like wrapping something.
Yes, I gotta work on the lower fascia of the car.
Oh, here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too exotic or crazy. Just wanted to go for, like I said, a low profile OEM Plus kind of look, and that is exactly what this is.
Guys, don't listen to him. He sucks and he's gonna lose. He literally lost the last one. Don't even trust him.
Well, as it turns out, this is for a .2. I have a .1. It doesn't fit.
Here is what I stand with the blacked out rear diffuser for the GLA 250, which is not the nice GLA 45 rear bumper with the rear diffuser, but it's okay. It definitely helps, but we're still not there yet. I'm planning on smoking out the taillights, doing some stuff with the spoiler, probably adding another one. Here's a comparison between Grit and Eyes.
Well, here it is fully blacked out. I didn't even end up having to do this because it looks pretty similar, but I will say Christina was right. I definitely have to tint these to make it look complete. Nonetheless, pretty quick day because that didn't fit, so I guess we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Thanks for it. It is the next day, ladies and gentlemen, and we have some good shit for you guys today. At least I do. Christina probably doesn't. She's probably doing like another chrome delete or something. She needs to chrome delete her whole car is what she needs to do. But we got some beautiful taillights, again, from the one and only Seems Legit Garage, who also gave us our beautiful headlights.
We are smoking out the taillights today, and I already got a head start on the passenger side. Chat, what do we think? Here's a comparison between the two. I honestly don't hate the cherry red taillights, but I feel like just for this, we should probably get rid of them. And of course, the rear is going to change a lot once I finish wrapping this. And I think I'm also going to not dechrome the whole car, but I'm going to dechrome the trim. So this one that you see on the trunk and this little thing's right here. Hopefully that cleans it up a little bit better. I did show you guys, I believe I showed you guys actually the rear diffuser. I did black that out yesterday in yesterday's part. So definitely looks a little bit better, but still a long way to go. As you can see behind me, we don't want to see that. Grant is wasting his time. Stop! You're not putting this on there.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Anyways, Grant is focused on unnecessary things that are taking up his time and trying to elongate the series. So if you're gonna blame anyone, blame him. Because I'm working hard over here. I promise. I also want to say, since these are scraps, I have no room to mess up because this is all that's left, and if I buy more, that wouldn't be fair, and I would have to count it towards the budget. So this is all I got to do work with.
So just as a reminder, we are here at Hoist House in Troy, Michigan, where if you have a project that you need to finish and you need a hoist, you need the tools, but you don't have them yourself, so you don't want to go out and buy everything, you can come to Hoist House. They will give you a space, give you a hoist, they'll give you all the tools that you need, pretty much literally any tool you need. They have it here. So if you are local, you need a place to work on your car to finish your project, check out Hoist House.
In case you guys need a reason to be on Team Christina, what are you doing?
I'm setting up your wrap guy for you to come and finish your car.
Well guys, while Grant is still in his own trunk, I, on the other hand, finished. Let me show you guys. I think it's a pretty big difference. I think they look pretty good. Still got more to do. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna work on dechroming these little trim pieces, chrome out this little end. I was debating whether or not I should black it out or chrome it out, but I think I am gonna chrome it out because I have something else coming, hint, hint. And then I'm obviously gonna black out these rails as well, just because they are not chrome, they're satin. Whereas like this is chrome, so yep.
And we are back. It is the next day. Christina is already hard at work over there, but as you guys can see, my car is actually missing because, well, it's on one of Hoist House's 2-post lifts, since we got a little bit of work to do today. And just like that, we got the wheels painted. Now, we did have Christina standing behind me with a bag for overspray purposes, just because we didn't mask the entire car off like you're technically supposed to. We kind of half-assed the masking job, but that's okay. We'll keep it between us. But the color that I chose is absolutely beautiful, so we're gonna throw the wheels back on. And I did pick up a special delivery from a good friend of mine as well. So the brakes aren't the only thing that's gonna be gold. What are you working on? already.
Dechroming.
Dechroming. You need to do a lot more dechroming, my friend, because you got a lot of chrome on this car. Are you, oh, so you just did this right here, the like roof rail?
Yeah, I've been avoiding it for a while.
You've been avoiding it, and they were brushed, I see, and black looks good. I mean, I can't say it looks good, but it doesn't look bad. It turned out actually really sick. Now, you guys can still see the Porsche logo, and that is fine because I got the exact same Porsche logo, but in black. It is running late, so I don't have it in my hands just yet, but it's gonna go right over that logo, and it's gonna look really good. We're gonna let it dry, then we're gonna unmask everything, put the wheels back on, and while we're waiting on it to dry, I have something right over here. This is actually gonna be my my headband. Just gonna wrap it around like that. Yeah, we got a Porsche decal. Same color or similar color to the calipers that we chose. This is from Big Time Graphics, so if you do need anything custom printed, custom made, all the way from like window storefront stickers to t-shirts to car vinyl, he's got you covered. Big Time Graphics. He does shipping worldwide, and if you're local, even better. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these on the car right now, and it shouldn't be too hard at all. It's gonna be so sick, you guys.
Chat, I just want to say, you guys can thank me, Team Grant can thank me for talking Grant out of acid green, because he was going to do the accent color as like this lime acid green. And I said, no, be mature and go for a bronze.
You didn't say go for a bronze, I gave you a choice. I said,
No,
do I go bronze
no,
or acid green?
I said bronze.
No.
Y'all can thank me.
Liars.
I'm currently walking with you guys, holding the tripod with one hand. I feel so strong right now. But I'm catching up actually. I just dechromed this what is it called? The rail, just so it matches with the rest of the trim piece. And now I am working on the other side. I think Grant showed you guys this a little bit earlier in the vlog, but this is what it looks like. Obviously, it would have been probably nicer if I went with the satin black instead of the gloss black on the roof, but I think it just matches with the rest of the car. Also, tomorrow is gonna be our last day, so we are playing a little bit of catch up. Grant is actually catching up with those decals because he was comparing a lot of different colors behind the scenes to see which bronze was gonna match the calipers, wrap versus calipers, so he found the one that matches. Hopefully he explained that to you guys. If not, this is me explaining it again. But these rails are so hard because just the dimensions of them, it like curves over this part right here. So I have to do an inlay, and I start off by wrapping this piece, and then I do all the cutting, and then I wrap this piece. Okay, here's what it looks like with just the inner part laid out. Obviously still looks weird, but we're getting there.
Those final results are pretty freaking spectacular. I'm literally falling more and more in love with this car as we continue to build it. It is the next and final day. It's pretty loud in the shop today, so apologies in advance for that, but things are just going south, at least for me. Christina is over there working on her last part, which is a spoiler.
I absolutely filmed nothing today.
Me too.
But we were just focused on trying to finish up and obviously win the series. No, I'm kidding.
Girl, bye.
Guys, I feel like I'm accepting my defeat.
Oh, whoa. Hold up, what was that?
Don't worry, I'm gonna come out with a dedicated apology video for all of Team Christina and how I let them. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, it looks great, but if we're comparing the two, you know what I want to say.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
But I took a good risk. I feel like if I was gonna go chrome with any car, it was gonna be the Benz, and I did it.
Okay, Kanye. Well, you guys saw what I did to the Porsche, and I'm in love with it, and I really don't want to give it away because of how beautiful it turned out. Again, if you want to enter either car giveaway, grandstallone.shop and shop.christinaroki.com. I guess you guys let us know who you think the winner is, but I think we all know who the winner is.
I installed a AMG style spoiler.
It actually cleans up the back decently.
It looks good from a side profile. I think when you look at it from the back straight on, it's a little Like the back is just hard to work with, guys.
Yeah, the back of that car is
car.
pretty
Unless
ugly.
I completely change the rear bumper to like a GLA 45, like it's pretty.
Yeah.
But it looks great like this.
We're gonna pull our cars out into the sunlight or the clouds, I guess, and see how they look. We made it. It is so freaking cold outside.
We're not gonna drag this any further. Comment down below who you guys think won. I need to know.
God, don't even bother.
My car pulled it together. It looks great.
I mean, it pulled it together, but it didn't pull it together, if you know what I mean.
You
but
built a dad car.
dude, who doesn't love a dad car? Drop a like, drop a comment. Most importantly, oops, sorry. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Challenge series. Peace.
Peace out.